everyone, it's Affy, and today I am here to do the mid-year book Freakout tag. It's the middle of the year, it's a fun tag, and so I figured I would jump on the bandwagon and record one of these for you guys. So not going to talk too much, I'm just going to hop right in. I've got 14 questions to go over. The first question is best sequel of 2024, and for me that was Marrying Winterborn. This is part of the Ravenel series by Lisa Kleypas, and this book was so good. I really love Reese Winterborn. He's amazing. So yeah, I just couldn't think of another series that had a book as good as this one. This is like one of the faves in this series, and I can see why. Question number 2 is new releases that I haven't read, and so far the one that I'm interested in is The Stranger I Wed by Harper St. George. I read her previous series and liked it, so I want to check out her new series as well. Really interested in that. Question number 3 is most anticipated releases for the second half of the year. So the first one that I'm interested in is by Scarlett Peckham. It's The Mistress Experience. This book is part of the same series as The Rake Hess. I know that there was a second book in that series, but I never heard anything about it, so I'm assuming it wasn't very good. But I have heard a few good things about The Mistress Experience, so I'm definitely interested in checking that one out. And then Kate Bateman's How to Fall for a Scoundrel. I picked that one just because I like Kate Bateman. So question number 4 is biggest disappointments for the year. And I have one, which is actually a series, and that is the Old West series by Beverly Jenkins. I did not like this series as much as I had hoped. We've got Tempest, we've got Forbidden, and then we've got Breathless. And I ended up giving all 3 books 3 stars. I think one might have been a 3.5. But I had an issue with all 3 books, sometimes multiple issues with the book. And so I really wished I would have loved it more. I love Beverly Jenkins, so it was it was definitely a letdown. Question number 5 is biggest surprises of the year so far, and I have 3. I have The Highlander Who Protected Me by Vanessa Kelly. Vanessa Kelly is a new author that I'm really enjoying. I've read another book of hers and really loved both of them. This book just kind of came out of nowhere. I just wanted to check out Vanessa Kelly because she was a new to me author, and this book I really enjoyed it. And so yeah, it's the other book I read of hers I really enjoyed as well. So I'm thinking that she's probably going to be like a new favorite author for me. Second book that was a surprise for me was A Reckless Match by Kate Bateman. And this entire series is supposed to be really good, but this is the first book in the series, and I like this one a lot. They go on an adventure. They're in caves and all kinds of things, bad guys and stuff like that, and somehow they're able to have like this wonderful romance in the middle of all of that, like in the midst of all this crazy stuff going on. They're able to have an amazing romance, and so I really like this one. This one was a lot of fun. The third book that was a good surprise for me was 7 Nights to Forever. This is by Evangeline Collins, and this book was actually recommended to me by a subscriber, and I love this book. We have a sex worker and a man who is married, but his wife treats him horribly. So he goes to this brothel where the sex worker, she works for 1 week every month at this brothel and then goes home back to the countryside. And so that's why it's 7 nights to forever, because she's only there for 1 week. And this is a beautiful story. These are two sweet, just loving characters, and I love them. I love the story. This is just, it's all romance and it's amazing. I really, really love this one. Question number 6 is new favorite authors. I have two. So one is Sherry Thomas and the other is Vanessa Kelly, who I just showed you a book of hers. I really like Sherry Thomas's writing. Her writing style is really good. And then for Vanessa Kelly, I really love her stories. Her stories are a lot of fun, and the family aspects in her books so far have been just the greatest thing ever. I really love her storytelling, and so those are my two new faves. And I know that Sherry Thomas is a BIPOC author. She is Asian, I believe, and so I'm really happy about that because there aren't a lot of BIPOC authors in historical romance. So I was happy when I found that out. Question number 7 is books that made me cry. I only have one. I'm pretty sure there was another book this year that made me cry, but I could not remember the name of it. But this one I definitely remember the name of because it made me cry multiple times. This is Tapestry by Karen Rainey. And this was a book that was read by the Historical Hellions in April, I believe. Maybe May, and this book is so sad. This book is sad. It ends on a happy note. There is a happily ever after, but it's so sad. They marry, they have one beautiful year together, and then he goes off to the military. He goes off to fight the war efforts and doesn't come back, and it's so sad, you guys. It is so sad. I cried at least 2 or 3 times reading this book. Yeah, she really rips your heart out with this one, like wrenches it out of your chest. It's sad. So, question number 8 is who are some book boyfriends? And I have 2. So one is Reese Winterborn from Marrying Winterborn, and I love Reese. He is a tough cookie. He knows what he wants. He's one of those men that's like, he lays down the law, but when it comes to Helen, when it comes to the woman he loves, this man is a puddle on the floor. He will do anything she asks. He will give her anything she wants. And I love him. I love him a lot. My second book boyfriend is Bear McClowry. This is Some Like It Scott by Suzanne Enoch. And Bear is one of those men who's like, oh, I'm never going to settle down. I'm not a one-man type of woman, you know, like I love to play the field. And then he meets Katrina and he throws all that out of the window for her. She's different from all women during this time period. She wears pants, she hunts, she fishes, she can take care of herself out in the woods, and he's just taken with her, and he can't stay away. And I just love him. He's so sweet on her, and does whatever she wants, and even more, does things that she doesn't want but she needs. You know, where it's like, you need this, I'm gonna help you out, I'm gonna give you the things that you need, and you don't have to like it, but I'm gonna help you out because I care about you. And I really like Bear. He's so sweet. Question number 9 is books that made me happy. So I have 2 here. I have Devil's Daughter. This is the Ravenels Meet the Wallflowers. So this is a cross series because we have the daughter of Sebastian St. Vincent and Evie from Devil in Winter, which is a book in another series. And this is their daughter and a character from the Ravenel series. His name His name is West Ravenel. And so in this book, we've got West, who used to be a rake. He used to be a man out on the town who would drink to excess, get himself in trouble, just not a good person. And then his life changes. He becomes this country bumpkin, and he learns all about farming, and he takes care of the property for his family. And then he meets our heroine, Phoebe. And Phoebe is the daughter of Sebastian and Evie, like I said. She has a son. She was married and she loved her husband dearly, but he was sickly and he died. And when he was a child, he went to school and had a bully. And that bully was Wes Ravenel. And so when she meets him, she does not like him at first. She's just kind of like, he's an ass. I remember all the things that my husband said about him. And I don't want to be around this guy. But this book was a lot of fun. I really, really like these two. They have a torrid affair and it's just so sexy. So I really like this one. The other book that I have that made me really happy is The Making of a Highlander. This is by Alyssa Braden. In this book we have Annie and John, and Annie is hilarious. This woman is so funny. She is brutal and straightforward and brash and just like she's a tough cookie. She wears pants. You know, like she's a tough woman, and John can't stand her at first. He really finds her to be obnoxious and annoying, but as they spend time together, he starts to realize like there's something special about this woman, and once he falls for her, he is a goner. Like this man is just ready to be with her forever and always. And I really, really enjoyed this book. I had a good laugh with this one. So this was another book that made me really happy this year. Question number 10 is my favorite film adaptation. Obviously the only one that there is that's a historical romance at the moment is Bridgerton, but I'm obsessed with Bridgerton, so it is my film adaptation. Bridgerton is my whole personality. Like, I'm obsessed with Bridgerton. I'm a rewatcher. I will rewatch until my brain can't take it anymore. I'm obsessed with that show. So that's gonna be my obvious fave film adaptation. Question number 11 is books that I want to read by the end of the year. At the moment, I am trying to get through Beverly Jenkins' backlist, so I am pretty close. I feel like I don't have too many of her books left, but I have had a few on my TBR in the last few months that I haven't gotten to, so I need to make a more concerted effort to finish her books. And then Vanessa Kelly, anything by Vanessa Kelly, just because I really, really enjoyed the 2 books of hers that I've read so far. I'm looking forward to reading pretty much anything by her. I have several more of her books, and so I'm really excited to read those. Question number 12 is top books that I read this year. I have 3, and 2 of them are from the same series. So I've got Devil in Spring. This is a Ravenel's book. And I love our hero in here. I love our heroine. They're both just fun characters. They meet in a very odd situation and they are caught alone in said odd situation and have to marry. And she is adamant. She does not want to marry anybody. She has plans for her life and they do not involve marriage. And so he has to basically put in the work to prove to her that he is worth marrying. And I love this book. Second book that I was pretty obsessed with this year, one of the top books I read this year, is The Road Not Taken by Sarah McLean. This is the first book in a series of hers, and I enjoyed this book so much. I ended up giving this one 5 stars. She goes on an adventure. This woman hops on this man's carriage and gets stuck out in the country, and he basically is like, I don't want to make you my problem. Like, you followed me out here. You're your own problem. You need to go handle things yourself and figure out your own way back home. But she gets herself in trouble and he has to save her, and they go on an adventure. And this book is a lot of fun. This book is a lot of fun. I really, really enjoyed myself with this one. So another fave of the year. And then my third top fave of the year is Marrying Winterborn by Lisa Kleypas. So like I said, 2 books, 1 series. And this one we've got Reese Winterborn and Helen Ravenel. Reese is the owner of a mall, and he and Helen meet when he is coalescing after being hurt in a train crash. She kind of helps nurse him back to health, and he falls for her. And yeah, this book is really, really sweet. He is, like I said before, just a goner for this woman, and I love reading about it. So this was a really, really fun book and one of my top faves for the year. Question number 13 is any channel goals that I have for myself. The first one is that I want to reach 300 subscribers by the end of the year. I'm currently at about 170, 175, somewhere in that range. So my hope is to get to about 300 by the end of the second half of the year. And I do think I can get there. I've been working pretty hard, and subscriber count is going up pretty fast at the moment. So yeah, I'm really excited, and I hope I get there. My second goal is just to do more interesting content. I do mostly wrap-ups, but I want to do other things like tags like this, recommendations, just specific topics, like maybe talking about Highlanders or talking about yeah, I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but just different types of videos so that I have more diverse content is a goal that I have for myself. Question number 14 is prettiest books that I have acquired so far this year. And there are 3 that I have here. They are part of the same series, Duke's Most Wanted. These are books by Scarlett Scott, and they have the most gorgeous covers imaginable. I love these covers. They are really, really pretty, and I would say my favorite is this 3rd cover. It's got purples and blues, and it's just so pretty. It's funny, I put these books away somewhere because I wanted to make them part of a haul video and forgot that I had put them away. And so I ended up repurchasing 2 of the books, and I was not happy with myself because they were not cheap. So yeah, I I really, really, really wanted these books. So yeah, they're so gorgeous. I think they're so gorgeous. But that was the last question, and if you have any thoughts about anything that I talked about here today, leave some messages in the comment section. Let me know kind of if you've read any of these books and what you think of them, how you feel about any of the authors I talked about. Yeah, just leave a comment. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.